Echoes in the fog, a pursuit for justice. The night hung heavy with an eerie stillness, the kind that set Officer Daniel Harper's nerves on edge. The clock on his cruiser's dashboard glowed. 2:47 a.m., its numbers sharp against the dark. The small town streets lay deserted, houses dark as residents slept. Daniel thrived on the solitude of night shifts, the quiet space to think. But tonight felt different. A dense fog rolled in from the outskirts, muffling sound and casting an unsettling pall. Maybe it was the bitter coffee he'd been nursing, or the way the mist seemed to swallow the world. But a sense of foreboding gripped him. His radio crackled, slicing through the silence. Dispatch reported an abandoned vehicle near the old highway exit, a lonely stretch bypassed since the new road opened. Probably a breakdown, Daniel muttered, steering toward it. Yet his instincts, honed by years on the force, urged caution. This area was too isolated, its shadows hiding too many secrets. The scene was both familiar and unsettling. A battered sedan sat alone, headlights off, windows fogged. It looked like a junkyard relic, out of place on this desolate road. Daniel parked, grabbed his flashlight, and stepped out, his hand resting on his holster. His beam cut through the fog, his boots crunching softly. The silence was deafening. No engine hum, no rustling leaves, no crickets. A prank? A stolen car? Something worse? He radioed for backup, his voice steady despite the tension. Gripping the trunk handle, he braced himself, his gut warning that this moment would shift everything. With a final glance at the empty road, Daniel lifted the lid, hinges groaning. Darkness swallowed his beam, but as he angled it down, his breath caught. A young woman lay curled inside, wrists and ankles bound with duct tape, a strip across her mouth. Her terrified eyes met his, pleading. The sight hit like a blow. Pale skin, disheveled clothes, tear-streaked face. She'd been trapped for hours, maybe days. "It's okay," Daniel said, his voice calm but firm. "You're safe." Her breathing eased slightly, her eyes searching for trust. He cut the tape from her wrists with a utility knife. She tore off the gag, gasping and coughing. "I thought no one would find me," she stammered. "You're all right," Daniel said, spotting backup's lights in the fog. Relief flickered. "But whoever did this was out there. What's your name?" "Clara," she whispered, looking away. Daniel nodded, sensing her fragility. As paramedics arrived, he helped her from the trunk, wrapping a blanket around her trembling shoulders. The fog thickened, amplifying his dread. This was just the start. Clara clutched the blanket, flinching at every sound. Daniel crouched beside her. "Clara, what happened?" She pressed her hands to her temples, struggling. "I don't know where to start," she whispered, tears falling. "2 nights ago, leaving work, someone grabbed me, covered my mouth. I woke in a dark, cold room with others. We couldn't talk. A man with a mask, blue eyes. He said to stay quiet, follow rules. Last night, he got angry, yelling about a shipment. He put me in the trunk. Others? Daniel's mind raced. Shipment, screamed organization. He glanced at the car, its lack of clues suspicious. Why this spot? As paramedics checked Clara, he scanned the fog. Officer? Clara's voice shook. Find the others. He nodded. We will. At the station, Daniel's untouched coffee cooled as he pored over Clara's words. A masked man. A shipment. Human trafficking. He reviewed gas station footage, spotting a dark van passing slowly before midnight. Another clip showed it at a convenience store. A man in a baseball cap visible. Daniel showed Clara the image. She gasped. That's him. Those eyes. The lead fueled him. The van's path led to an industrial zone. Forensics found a note in the trunk. Flee. Clara paled. He said, you should have fled. Maybe a taunt. The note was deliberate. Daniel focused on a remote farmhouse in the zone, isolated in woods. He briefed a SWAT team. We move fast, he said. The farmhouse loomed, its decayed structure foreboding. A muffled cry inside. Makeshift cells held terrified captives. Journals, photos, and a whiteboard detailed a trafficking network. Clara's name was listed. The mastermind was gone, but the evidence was damning. Journals named Victor Kane a felon with blue eyes. His trail led to an auto shop with restraints and maps, but he'd fled, leaving deliberate clues. A torn cloth, a cigarette butt. A fingerprint and phone records pointed to a storage unit with cash and plans. Kane stayed ahead, taunting them. A tip led to a cabin. The team breached it, finding Kane at a table with maps and weapons. He lunged for a window, but officers tackled him. It's over, Daniel said. Kane glared, but was done. In court, Clara testified, speaking for all victims. Kane got life without parole. Clara healed with support, her courage inspiring others. The case changed Daniel, reinforcing his resolve. Night shifts resumed, the fog a reminder of lives saved. Clara's gratitude fueled him. Evil existed, but so did those who fought it. And Daniel would never stop.